Back, CNOS has a mission of improving health, and that includes helping patients working through the obstacles of obesity. The goal, improving the quality of life during challenging times, especially over the holidays. KTIV's Taylor Deckert has a look at some healthy choices you can make while at those holiday gatherings this season.
If you look around in the stores, early October, the Halloween candy is already starting to come out.
Staff at CNOS start preparing for the holidays with patients in early October.
We actually have a support group and educational classes that we're meeting with patients very regularly.
Megan Cleveland, a registered dietitian with CNOS, works with many patients interested in weight loss surgery. According to the National Library of Medicine, it's commonly said that the average American gains 5 pounds or more over the holiday period between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. Cleveland recommends more moderation than trying to deprive or restrict this holiday season.
So if we're kind of looking for those more nutrient-dense foods, leaner meats, vegetables and fruits, keeping carbohydrates in moderation or grains in moderation, and then just the abundance in general. There seems to be so much high-calorie food around during the holidays.
Rather than relying on others to bring a healthier option, she recommends bringing something you're comfortable eating.
Might look like a vegetable and fruit tray, a meat and cheese tray, shrimp cocktail, and making veggies and fruits exciting, not just throwing veggies and fruits on a plate, but maybe doing fruit kebabs or fun dips with your vegetables.
And you don't have to be perfect when it comes to fixing your plate.
Lose or maintain, but try not to gain, and so I think the biggest reality is the food is going to be there. And instead of, again, trying to be perfect and having that all or nothing thinking, I find sometimes what people do is they try to make perfect choices, and then the minute they make that one high-calorie choice, it's really hard to get back on track.
She goes on to say that you can isolate that high-calorie eating by trying to eat a healthier lunch or a protein-heavy breakfast. You can even make a plan before you go to the holiday party at the dessert bar. Split a piece of pie with a friend or significant other, or choose a smaller plate, focusing on moderation. For Healthbeat 4, I'm Taylor Deckert.
CNOS holds those free weight loss support groups for weight loss surgery patients or those that are interested at the Dakota Dunes Sioux Point Clinic on the 1st and 3rd Tuesday of each month. December 5th is the next meeting, open to all questions about weight loss surgery and getting started in the process.